Welcome to the EShow, presented by the Hockey Podcast Network.
We checked his pulse. He's alive and well. If you're looking to feel like warm and fuzzy inside, like I'm your guy.
And I'm sure you threw me right under the bus.
Yeah, you're my dog. Woof.
Yeah, goaltending is the toughest position, I think, in all sports.
I think it's announcing.
Neil's dad's a dentist.
You're still pretty nimble at 43. It's not bad.
If I get called 46 years old one more time, I may leave.
What a great lesson in the alphabet.
Dude, you had like butter in your gloves.
That was a bad sneeze.
Often been imitated, never really duplicated.
We're having a good time.
We're having a good time.
And now, here's your host, the commissioner of the Eastern Hockey League, Neil Ravin.
Welcome back to the EShow. Good morning, Jake. I like the name.
Good morning. I put the logo on just for you because last week I had an insert cheesy bread shirt on that you didn't care for.
It's just the timing of like early morning. Could you eat cheesy bread at all times, I'm guessing? Is that like a thing for you?
No, I don't really eat cheesy bread. I just thought the shirt was funny.
Well, is there a food that you could eat at all times of the day then? I guess you could say.
You could have eggs, I think, at any time of the day.
Yeah, but no, like, is there a favorite food of yours that you would eat at all times of the day?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Okay. I was going to say that's like kind of obscure. Like eggs, I agree. They fit all times of the day. You know, I love chicken, so I'd eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Could you actually wake up and like have like a rotisserie chicken for breakfast?
I could. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. When we were in Nashville, I know you haven't been, but when you do go at some point in your life, fried chicken is obviously a huge thing there. And like biscuits are a big thing there. So I got this like biscuit with chicken and
for
egg
breakfast.
And cheese. Yeah, like every day.
Yeah.
Like
you sent us pictures of that. Yeah, that looked good.
Like literally on repeat. I would keep eating that if I could. Before we get started though, I have to touch on something because you made like a proposal to me earlier in the year. It was kind of like open-ended, right? You said, what happens if I get Matthew Schaefer into this league? And then we never covered what happens if you did.
You said you'd give me a franchise.
Yeah, well, listen, I haven't watched like Islanders that much, but then I saw a few highlights today. Like the offer still stands if you can pull this off.
Yeah, I'll try to make it happen. He'll be the extra D for somebody. Get up there for one shift and call it.
The Utah game-winning that whole sequence, I was like, wow, that was special.
He's the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life.
Wow, that's big. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you.
Well, with that, now we'll go around the EShow.
Let's take a look at what's going on around the EShow.
So before we know it here, Jake, we are coming up on Thanksgiving. It feels like we were just at Media Week, right? Because we've gone like 0 to 100 so fast. It does feel like it's slowed down in a sense, though. The last 2 weeks kind of been more routine, but
definitely,
broad, open-ended question that I've kind of used with you before. Now that we're further along in the year, EHL. What has jumped out to you so far? And wherever you go, that's the division that we started with this conversation today.
I don't. So I would stay with my HCRI stuff, but I think I'm ready to move on from that. We've hammered that home. I guess this 1 and 2 race in the North Division between the Avs and the Wolves.
Yeah.
Has really been my favorite thing to watch.
It does feel like we're on a crash course for a North Division Finals, and that's not to say that the Wizards should be taken lightly. And obviously, Valley has a win over the Wolves here recently as well, right? But there's a different energy when 1 and 2 get together. Like you can feel it.
We talked about that, yeah, and out of the gate, it was the Wolves, and now the Avalanche have the same number of points with games in hand. They just got a 4-2 win over New England, so like that race just got tighter. Avalanche now, if they win their games in hand, they could have a 4-point lead over New England, so that's huge. And obviously the Avs have the crossover series coming up, and obviously that's a big thing that we're excited about. But yeah, for me, I think they might be maybe the 2 flat-out best teams in the league. Obviously 87s are in the mix, HCRI as well, but I think they might just be my top 2 right now.
I think there's a feeling that you get when you look at the game day schedule and you see those 2 teams playing. You're like, okay, this is a different game day now today because they're going at it. And obviously the Wolves came out on top in the first 2, won the first one in overtime, second one in regulation. Avalanche won the most recent one in regulation. What actually ended up being the game-winning goal from Ravakovic, that was sick.
Yeah, I mean, he's awesome.
Special.
Spoiler alert, you'll see him on Stars of the Week this week.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you saw what I shared with you yet, but he'll be one of the guys. But, both Avalanche losses are against New England, and I think even when they don't play each other but they're on the schedule, there's you still want to keep your eye on those games to see who blinks first. And lately the Wolves have blinked a couple times, obviously with that loss to the Warriors, and the Avs have not blinked since they lost to New England. So I think that's also very important.
For sure. And I want to touch on both teams a little bit more here for a second, because first for the Avs, they go right back at it this week, tomorrow and Wednesday against the Wizards, home and home series, who I know are kind of like a coin flip. I don't think you know what you're going to get with the Wizards sometimes. I mean, you were at the game. They lost 7-0 to the Express. Now, 4 of those goals I know were on the power play, but I think when you face Ville Bowden, you don't go down a man. You know what could happen, right? But,
if you want to play the who are they game, I think it's the Express this year.
Yes. And I want to get to that. But I guess my Avalanche question is, you're hot. You only have 2 losses, like you just said, both against the Wolves. You have this home and home series with the Wizards, who are kind of treading water a little bit, kind of around 500. And then Sunday, you're on this call. It's the championship rematch. How do you not look past these 2 games first, knowing that you've now reached the week when if you're Storella or Carfora or Leary or Audie, here's your revenge game. How do you not look past these 2 Wizards matchups?
I think the nice part is that they have 3 days in between, right? They have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's kind of nice. So, it gives them a lot of time, and it's not just a one-off game, right? They have a little mini-series against East Coast here. And I think, were both games 4-3 the last time they did back-to-backs against each other?
Yes, and one went to overtime.
Exactly. So I don't think this Coach Sorella coach team is going to be looking past that at all. So, And I think the Wizards are going to be out for revenge. They just got their doors blown off on home ice. That's never fun. So I think they're going to be hungry as well.
Yeah, for sure. Now, flip it for the Wolves. I want you to be Tim Kuhns for a second, okay?
I'm not that good looking.
You also didn't play at BC and win a national championship, but that's okay. That's okay.
Kuhns is the man, dude. I don't know if I could be this cool.
We always look at the playoffs early. I'm always the one that starts looking at the playoffs early, right? What I've noticed with this Wolves team is they're really kind of just rotating goalies still.
Yeah.
If they had a playoff game tomorrow, Coach, who are you playing?
Dude, I don't know.
I don't see. That's the question. I don't know if there's a clear-cut one.
I mean,
right now,
when you factor in percentages, Waldo's obviously the most recent addition. So he's played the most of the games lately. He's got 2 wins over the Wizards, a nice win over the Seahawks, just lost to the Avs. Karagianis is the most proven, I suppose, at the EHL, right? 2-year guy, all-star. He's won 3 of his last 4. But I don't know. Wow. Put me on the spot. You're going to...
You can hold the answer, right? I'm just setting the table. We haven't seen this in years, right? But there is a possibility that, if this team gets into a 3-game playoff series, they use a different goalie in all 3 games.
I don't. I don't know. I guess I lean right now. I lean Waldo.
Okay, but my point is, you can make the case that if the playoffs were today, and you had to play a 3-game series, knowing that you had all 3, this is the one team that could technically go your game 1, your game 2, your game 3.
I mean, what about the Avs? Do they have a set starter right now? I don't know if you can argue that.
Probably not a clear-cut number 1 as well, but I'm sure if I had to predict, he would put Husser in.
I agree. I agree.
I think, but my point is, I remember. Go call me old, Jake. There was a Valley Wizard series. As I say this, you're gonna call me old. It was in the 16-17 season. So that was
jeez Louise, dude. They have phones back then?
It was 8 years ago. Did you have your license yet at that time?
No.
Valley played a different goalie all 3 games, right? I don't think we've seen it since then. I guess that's my point. And we probably don't. Maybe by that point of the year, the Wolves have figured out this is our number 1 guy. But I don't think anyone has taken the net completely and made it theirs yet. But they have great options, obviously.
They do.
So
they have a great team, period.
You just asked the question that we asked all year last year. Who are they?
Yes.
Who are the Express?
I don't know. I think they're good. I think they're a good team. I think they will end up being a really good team. I've said it since the get-go. I think they're going to be on like a Seahawks kind of trajectory from last year. I think they'll be a little bit better than the Seahawks were going into the new year than the Seahawks were last year, obviously. But I think they'll just continue on this trend. Obviously, from getting shut out by the Wizards to then playing in a 5-4 game against the Avalanche, that really was a coin flip, right? And then you get pumped at home for 8 goals against New England. Like, what is this roller coaster you're on, right? And like, would have been great to squeak a point out of the Avs, right? Whatever. But you go into Bedford. Wizards are a really good team this year, and you pot 7 on them. Like, yes. PK did good after getting pumped by the Avs, pumped by the Wolves. Like, their PK has struggled lately. And so I think that was a great game for the penalty kill for them. Obviously, a great special teams game overall. And I think they just wanted it. It was one of the first games that looked like they wanted it from puck drop to final horn.
For sure. It's just at 6-5, they've shown us moments that are similar to last year, and moments where I'm sure Nick Coda's like, "What are we doing right now?"
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. And one more note, though, the Wolves were mad at me for my regional finals prediction.
Yes,
I pulled up to the caddy at the same time as everyone's favorite call-up, Zach Spakuza, and he just looked at me and he was like, "It's all business between us now."
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh my god, I need to get back in my car and cry."
Yeah, you are off the Christmas card list at this point.
Yeah, it was. Alex Roy was mad at me, so I'm in the doghouse. I'm in the wolf house.
Obviously, Seahawks still out in front with a 10-4-2 record, but they've played 5 more games than the Express. So obviously, quick math here: Express won all 5 games. They're tied in the standings now.
And they have a 4-point game tomorrow against the Seahawks. So that's a huge one for them.
Big game for sure. And don't count out the Bandits. They've been playing a lot better of late. Gould and Net has been excellent for them. Committing to join Kings in January is one of those bittersweet moments that we have in this league, because he's been so great for them, and you want him to stay. And I'm sure Coach Drevitz wants him to stay because of what he's done. He just backed them on a win on the road in Laconia on a Saturday night. That's never easy to do. But we're a college development league, and if a player has the chance to go to college right now, mid-season. We're never going to hold a kid back from that. So hopefully it just means all the players around him get that much better. And when the net opens up, whoever takes that spot over is better for it for Bridgewater when they get there.
Absolutely.
You mentioned Rhode Island and ho-hum 11-game winning streak now. And we could touch on the 07s that are popping off for them and how, again, you want to talk about a goalie rotation. Who knows who they're playing in game one of a playoff series right now. Yes. And I think all of them have had their moments, but it's hard not to think, like, last year they had Ryan Rhodes, man. Like imagine Rhodes right now, too.
Oh, my God. They would. What's their record right now? 15-3-1. Yeah, they'd be 19-0.
You think and that's not. I'm not discrediting the three guys that are there. They just
Ryan Rhodes was special. He was special.
He committed to a team that's top 5 in Division III hockey right now. Right.
Was number 1 at one point last year.
And
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, these, we have 2 06s and an 07. Like, what this Rhode Island team is, for as young as they are, from the net on out, is awesome. If they could retain 2/3 of this core, I mean, we're updating record books next season. Not to get ahead of ourselves too far, but, like, we are.
Well, speaking of goalies, though, their coach is also a goalie. True. And because they strung together 10 wins, Coach Mello has to suit up for a practice. That was a promise he made to the team. Way. So Coach Mello said he's going to take a week to prepare and then suit up for a skate. He was, when he gave his post-game speech, he was wearing his mask from Dartmouth. Sick mask, by the way. So he's gonna suit up, and he's like, he said to his team, like, all the confidence you've been building is about to go away.
Well, don't you have to start your training here soon yourself?
I don't know if that's happening.
Okay, well, you should just go to this practice then. That'd be a good practice session for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, if a former ECAC Ivy League goalie can stop you, you should feel good about yourself, because he was a good goalie.
Oh yeah, smart guy
team,
too.
Though, yes, very smart. They only have 605s.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think, dude, the Wolves have the same number. They have 605s as well.
Yeah, I mean, for both teams, if they can retain, again, like, even half of what's eligible.
And honestly, dude, like, we see the retention every year for Hockey Club Rhode Island. Like, they're up there with the best, if not the best. Like, nobody leaves that place.
Yeah, I will say this too. They're kind of like clones. Olivia said this to me once. They all look the same. No, like they all look the same. They all have the same body. They're all the same. Like, the other day, I'm looking. Yes, the players. The players? Yeah, dude. Like, I need to share my screen for a second. Okay.
There's a look. There's an HCRI look. I'll give you that.
I need you to see what I'm looking at for a second, because the other day I'm looking at this box score. Okay, so this is the game against Providence on Saturday night. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, they all look the same.
Well, two of them are the same.
I know that. I knew you were going to say that. But the hair, everything, I'm like, it's the same person.
Oh, yeah, there was Olivia has said it too. There's an HCRI look for sure.
If this holds and they continue on this trajectory that inevitably should put them in the Central Division Finals. Yep. Who are they facing?
I have my answer, and I think we're gonna have the same answer, bro.
Today it's Apple Core.
It's Apple Core. It's Apple Core.
I just ruined that moment for us.
It's okay. It would have been cool. It would have been. Let's do it again. Let's just 3, 2, 1. Apple Core.
We're still not even in sync, but okay. And that's not to say that Providence hasn't made a few moves and could make a few more to get there. And obviously, we've been touching about goalies a lot and who's a 1 or 1A, 1B. Connor Nicholson is the guy. Like,
he's unbelievable.
he is their guy. We know that for a fact.
He is special. He's outstanding, and he's a feisty goalie.
Yeah.
He got a penalty, and like I love that. I love it when a goalie like he decks somebody, and I was like, yes, this is great. He just stops everything on the power play too.
Yeah, for those parents listening at home, the director of communications loves that. The commissioner doesn't, but it's okay. It's okay.
Right, Apple Core is my pick. Right, back-to-back wins. They're within striking distance of the Nor'easter, who I think they outplayed in the 6-4 game that the Nor'easter won. They obviously just won the last meeting 4-1. Brandon Galante is a massive addition. Gage Winters continuing to do what he does best, and like I think that's going to be a legit team down the stretch. And I think glad Coach Fusco has the reins on that program because I think he's a proven guy in this league. I mean, he's had double digits commitments plenty of times before, so he knows how to get the most out of his guys and get them moved on. And look, Isaac Walker's a PDE guy. He's got 14 points in 15 games right now. This is a team that I think he's pressing the right buttons.
To date myself again, Jake, in 2018-19, Josh Fusco helped guide one of his team at that time to be one of the Final Four. So he has that experience and that playoff success on his resume.
Oh, yeah.
Wrap it
We're
up
not
in the
Josh.
South.
You say that.
No, not joshing around. Wrap it up in the South Division. Probably one of the teams I'm most excited about seeing this weekend with the crossover series is the Bears.
I agree 100%.
I'm trying to figure out who they are, and they just keep winning.
They're good. They're a good team. I'll tell you that much.
And right now, your two playoff series, if the playoffs started today, 87's Little Flyers, which has so much history over the years, right? And Bears Philly Hockey Club, a rematch of last year. I know PHC has the games in hand. Bart's hears everything. Let's bring that up, Jake.
Bart's is so tuned in.
I mean, he must have texted us after the 87's win while walking off the bench. I mean, it was immediate.
Yeah. I mean, I think we kind of felt that one coming too, just because of how the last one went. Have they only played once?
Played twice now. Well, that was the second time.
Played twice. Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah, once prior, where or the 87 put up 6 on them right after the college series or around the time of the college series, whatever it was. So I think that game was going to be a good turn for PHC, and I mean they have the games in hand on the Bears, and they're still my horse in that South Division for sure. Yeah.
I would love to have been a fly on the wall because I think with the college series we got to see a little bit of Bart's right behind the scenes. They're down 2-0 after the first period. I don't know what he said. If we were an uncensored podcast, we could probably try and recreate it. But then they go back out and score 4 in the second to take the lead. Obviously, end up winning the game 5-3. But I can only imagine the tone in the locker room from first to second and from second to third because it was drastically different.
Yeah, or maybe it was the same, man. Or maybe Bart's kept it even keeled. Was like, "Don't worry about it, fellas. You got this." And
I have the text drafted to Neil and Jake. I want to hit send, but you guys gotta figure it out.
He's just showing everybody his phone in the room.
Yes. We touched on with Nicholas Gould advancing on to play NCAA hockey this season, right? We should also touch on Ty Simonet. This one hurts for us because I think we fell in love with him as a hockey player during the college series. Yeah. He's in the NA now with the Philly Rebels. Obviously, same ownership, same organization as Philly Hockey Club. Scored his first NA goal the other night, right? Like, we are in the business of helping players advance, right? Would we like to have that player in our league still? Of course, but he's taking that step, which is what this is all about.
And he's proved it. I mean, look at him at the college series. He was excellent. He was our defender of the month for the first season. When we saw him out there at the showcase for the first time, you and I both looked at each other and were like, this guy's a main all-star. There was no doubt about it. And, I mean, he proved us right at the end of the day, and he proved that this is still the place to be, no matter what your goal is.
When I saw he scored a goal, I was like, okay, yeah, he's gonna
Well,
stick for a little
we
bit.
could disclose what Bart's texted us, right?
Yeah, he can. Yes, we can.
Quote
Go
unquote, never coming back.
ahead.
And it's like, listen, like Ben Diaz, right? Doing a great job in the NA as well. He was a great representative of this league last year. He was an all-star, right? Like we want to see that kind of stuff. Like if these kids can sniff the Division 1 level, why not try to get them there?
For sure. Flip over to the EHLP, and I have to give you your stick taps where they are due, and we'll get to the fantasy part of this soon. But you've been saying, watch this Avalanche EHLP team. Wow.
Yeah.
They are elite.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing. And here, let's just get this out of the way, too. I was very correct in my predictions about what would happen between the Express, Avs, and Seahawks.
You were.
The Express and I walked in. The Seahawks were mad. They were not happy with me. I made a lot of people unhappy on last week's podcast. But listen, I told Coach Richard the same thing. I was like, I think you guys are definitely losing that one. I think Avs beat the Express, which the Express didn't love to hear. They won 4-3. The Avalanche did. And then yesterday, I go to Coach Richard. I was like, don't worry. You're winning this one yesterday. And what happens? Seahawks win 4-2. I'm a crystal ball right now, Neilio.
JKP, as he always
JKP.
says. I will say, though.
JKP show right now. EHL, I can't get the thing right. But JKP show, for sure.
It's kind of funny. That Avalanche Express P game, though, that was a weird one because the Avs jumped out to a 4-0 lead and then really just held on.
Parked the bus a little bit. Yeah. And I mean, look at the game. The game that Express played Avs Tuesday morning. They were out to a 3-0 lead, and the final was 6-4. The P show's wild for sure. And then Avs beat the Seahawks 6-2. They score 4 power play goals and a shorty. Avs, talking to the Seahawks, they seem to think like that's the biggest threat in this league. And listen, 16-3, right? They've jumped the Express, jumped the Seahawks. They're the best team in the P right now.
9 straight games. You even mentioned Nor'easter needing to get a couple wins. They did this past weekend down in PA against the Little Fires and the Huntsmen. This Northeast Conference of the EHLP is it's hard to put your thumb on what will play out between those teams because they've each had their moments, right? I mean, at one point the Express were in first place, at one point the Seahawks were in first place, and who knows when all is said and done. Right, and I think you could say
the Wolves have still beat teams 1, 2, and 3 in their division.
It's amazing, and they're 7, 8, and 3, and I know there isn't a lot returning from last year because you had that trio that moved up, right? But there is still some guys there that made it to the championship series. So,
and honestly, shades of that line are with the Seahawks right now with the Live, Friedman, and Lowe. Right, it's rare you get that, right? And you have 206s on that line. It was just very reminiscent of last year with the way they were able to dominate. There has not been a game this year where all 3 of them have not registered a point in Live, Friedman, and Lowe. Yeah, and yesterday that did not continue. Oren had the first goal of the game. Carson had a goal and an assist. Ian Live 3 assists to pass the 20 assist mark at 16 games into the year.
Yeah. Flip to the Mid-Atlantic Conference, and I think what makes the P show so unpredictable is not who's going to win each game, but just the disparity of the scores. I can't wrap my head around some of the scores, right? Because
I know.
Union and 87s had played a couple 1-goal games, and then 87s beat them 8-3.
8-3.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that at all.
They pumped in 8 goals, and the next day Seals beat 87s 5-3, and then last night Bears pump in 9 against the Seals. What is happening?
I don't get it. I was thinking the same thing. I don't get it at all.
You could go to the regional finals or maybe even the Final Four of this Mid-Atlantic Conference and going down our sports book talk that we did this past week, total number of goals between these playoff teams over under. I wouldn't even know where to set the line because sometimes the games are low scoring. On other times, there's teams that are just scoring at will. So
Yeah.
I have no idea what to think of this right now.
No, and I mean it's similar to the EHL in that the Bears have played a lot of games, but I mean they've won 9 of them, 9 of their 18, 50% of their games so far, and they've gotten some big wins throughout the year. Obviously, yesterday's was shocking. Atlantic City has played some really good hockey as of late, and I feel like they were on a trend that they wanted to be on, and then to get derailed like that by New Jersey, and then. I mean, Union, I think they're still the team to watch in that division, especially in terms of keeping pucks out. That 8-3 game, that's why I think it surprised us, right? They've been the best defensive team in that division by quite a bit. So that 8 goals against definitely was a surprising thing to see out of them.
Yeah. And I always give teams credit when they post, when they win, and when they lose. And AC posted when they lost last night. I mean, not a great score to post, but...
No, so did Union, too. Union
yeah.
Union posted there 8-3.
Yeah, well, we will bounce back. Was part of the caption from AZ last night. So
I like that in their light blue jerseys.
Enough. Speaking of bouncing back, though, you have in fantasy.
Yeah.
So let's jump. Let's jump now to the EShow Fantasy Challenge.
Now it's time for the EShow Fantasy Challenge. Follow along on the EHL app.
And we're actually going to begin the Fantasy Challenge, Jake. I'm going to show the public how I update the stats on the fly. Okay? So what was the for the game that you called yesterday, what was the goalie matchup?
It was Colton Allis versus Nick Kaufman.
Okay, so everything for fantasy has been updated except for Allis because I think the shots were a little bit slower to come in.
Yeah, they're in now.
Okay, so I am now going to show you. I think have I showed you this before?
You have at last year's showcase in Walpole.
Okay, so you can see my screen. The public can see my screen now.
Yeah, that's a lot.
There's a lot of numbers, right? But I have to add in the saves and goals against for Colton yesterday. How many saves did he have?
Cole had 36 out of 40.
Okay, so adding 36 to 95, as people can see here, maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. That takes that total to 131. Plus, we're all 4 goals against. There wasn't an empty net, so that takes it to 9 here. So 131 times 0.2 minus the 9 goals against, plus 4, 3 times for the wins, and plus the 1 shutout. Despite the loss, because he still made 31 saves, the total went up to 31.2. Right? But you can see now here kind of the back end of how this all looks and how it all comes together. Obviously, when we are fully caught up, I'm able to then sort this column. And look where you are, Jake, right here in 4th place.
There's no medal in 4th.
No. We'll look at it, though, in the cleaner way on the league website. This is probably a little bit easier for you and for the folks at home instead of all the columns that were there. Can you still see now the website tab, or are you still looking at the spreadsheet?
I'm still looking at the spreadsheet, Captain. There we go.
Same thing as last week out in front, Justin Horatio, in large part due to Braden Galante, right? 48 points so far, which I have those too, but I haven't had the additional production from my defenseman or goaltender that Justin has, which is a big reason why he's out in front. How do you feel personally now that you're back in this thing 7.6 points out?
I feel good. Nice. I feel good about Carson getting me some points. They have 2 more games. Jackson Guimon's on I think a 3 or 4 game point streak right now, which is good. Jax had 2 apples yesterday. How much more does Providence play? They have a game Wednesday against the Rough Riders. I don't know if Nicholson goes for that one.
That's a good point because he's gone every other game.
Back to back against Bridgewater. So I think maybe I get one of those for Prov, right? But everybody's in that position. Prov has 3 more games, so I'll get a Nicholson start. Hopefully, a Nicholson win and couple. Hopefully, in a lot with a lot of saves. So I think I'll get at least 4 to 6 more points out of Carson, hoping for 2 to 4 out of Jackson, and then I don't know, maybe another 5 to 6 out of Connor.
Yeah. Well, I'm flipping back to the Google sheet just for a second because I want to show.
I mean, if Carson wants to bury 6 tomorrow against Providence, no one would no one would hate that.
It's actually today, Jake.
Or today. Oh my God, yeah.
So
wait, what day is today, Neil? Today's a Monday.
Yes.
Ooh, it's a rare Monday game.
Yes, that's a reschedule. But I want to highlight Ryan Doobie because you touched on this with the Avalanche P team, just the heater they're on. 9 goals, 7 assists, 6 power play points, a hat trick, and 3 game winners, 52 points. I mean, he is just because there aren't as many games in November, he won't quite do what Alex Hard did last month, but that's a pretty frantic pace.
Yeah, I mean,
he is sitting.
I think top 3 players in the show right now, I think is Doobie, Carson Lowe, and Mushan down there for the Bears.
Oh. Who's your MVP? I know I won't make you do that.
No, I'll do whatever. The ship for me playing it safe has sailed.
Yeah,
I believe he's gonna hate me by the end of this, dude. Who's my MVP?
Yeah.
Through the early goings of this season, if we had to do playoffs right now, I think I would go. It's a toss up between Doobie and Kieran Humphreys for the Express.
Yeah. Fair. We are not recording next week just because of the timing of everything with the crossover series and then Thanksgiving coming up right after that. So by the time we record again, Jake, for your calendar purposes, it's another Monday, but it's December 1st. Does that feel real?
No, dude.
So
I hate time.
Yes. So between now and then, fantasy for November will end. So if you're not in the top 10 like yourself, Justin at 10, Olivia I think is at 12.
14.
If you're not in the top 14, okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm at 12. If you're not in the top 10 already looking ahead to December is short, obviously because of the holiday break as well, but we've seen this over the years. It's a kind of a frantic finish before the holidays, including the EHL showcase in Simsbury. So start doing your research and make sure you get your picks in for December early. There's no rush, obviously. We still have 2 weeks between now and December 1st, but it's going to go by quickly, obviously, because of Thanksgiving. So,
what are you asking Santa Claus for this year?
I don't know. What are you asking Santa Claus for this year?
Socks.
Oh, you need socks?
I need some new dress socks, yeah.
That's fair. I like a good pair of dress socks. I respect that.
Yeah. And Stop and Shop gift cards.
Okay, that works too.
That's what I'm asking St. Nick for.
Yeah. Well, between now and when we record next, obviously a number of big games, including the crossover series, but we'll circle some others and what to watch for.
And now here's what to watch for in the EHL and the EHLP.
So, of course, in terms of the crossover series, this weekend coming up at the Ice Den, we already touched on that championship game rematch, which is actually the second game on Sunday. You start with Bears versus Express, then 87s versus Avalanche, and then flip them for Monday, Bears, Avalanche, 87s, Express. Outside of those 4 games, what are you looking at between now and I guess I'll say it again, the start of December?
Bears 87s Wednesday in the EShow.
Okay, yeah, big game.
I'll circle that one. I think it's a big one for New Jersey with how many games. Oh, they're both New Jersey. I think it's a big game for the Bears with how many games the 87s have in hand. Yeah, I think New Jersey comes away with it though.
For sure, I like that. I am looking this Thursday, Apple Core Huntsman, selfishly. You want to talk about Carson Lowe pumping in 6. I'll take Galante pumping in one more 7. That would help me. I need some points from the back end too, but and
6 or 7 points. We'll definitely.
It wasn't even intentional. I saw this highlight the other day, Jake, of like a basketball game, and the team hit a free throw to get to 67, and the crowd went crazy. I'm like,
I wish I was there. Me and all the 12-year-olds would have gone wild.
But this isn't one of those like social media trends that goes away in 2 weeks. There's
this has been going since the summer.
This one won't go away for some reason.
I know. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I know you do. That's for sure. As for the EHLP, what's got your eye between now and December?
I would say probably just because I totally forgot it was happening today. Now, Seahawks Capitals. So didn't realize that was going on, so I'll pick that one. Yeah.
Saturday Express and Wolves. Every time those two teams get together, contrary to what we were talking about with the P earlier, with all these high scoring games, those have been low scoring. Now, of course, because I
3-1, 2-1, 2-1, 1-0.
Yeah.
Because I said that. And I get to go to Laconia, Neil. I get to go to Laconia.
Are you stopping to get your farm stand sandwich that you always like to get?
Yeah, dude. Trillium Farm Table. Nothing better, dude.
That should be a paid ad. It should be a paid ad. That's a free ad right there.
I know.
No podcast next week because of the crossover series and obviously Thanksgiving right afterwards. We'll be back December 1st, which just feels so weird to say. I don't need snow, though. Let's just get that out.
Is your dad, the dentist, going to let you have dessert on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm glad he'll make
I actually am a big dessert person. I don't.
As long as you brush your teeth right after.
Yeah, but I always brush my teeth before bed. Do you not?
No, I do. But you have great teeth, though. I will give you that. You have really nice white teeth.
It's because I don't drink coffee. It's literally the only reason. I don't drink
because your dad's a dentist.
Okay. On that note, we could end this episode. So, if you can't make it to see any of the games in person, including the many that Jake is going to, I think there's 8 that you have now between now and Thanksgiving. As always, you can tune in to listen to him on Full Hockey and all the other broadcasters. And we'll talk to you next on the podcast, December 1st.
Thanks for listening to the EShow, presented by the Hockey Podcast Network. Learn more about us at easternhockeyleague.org and follow us on all of your favorite social media platforms. Also, be sure to subscribe and get notified when our next podcast episode is released.